I mean, yo, Diddy, you gave me the ooshkash gooshmash. You gave me the ooshkash muaf, the smooshmash. Diddy. Yeah, son. You know what I mean? No, man, look. I love Diddy, bro. Like, I'm a big Puffy fan, bro, and like the way he boss up, the way he son, the way he do things, bro. Ashkash kumash, diggity diggity dumash.
Feel these Diddy allegations are getting more disturbing by the minute, and now rumors are flying around that Diddy did something to Orlando Brown that left him broken and traumatized. Now Orlando has been seemingly trying to expose the industry, especially the alleged club of male predators who are on the DL and who prey on young boys and men, but because of Orlando's long history of substance use and his unhinged behavior, no one really took him seriously. But now that Diddy is being accused of all kinds of vile things from rituals, say, to trafficking, folks are saying Orlando has been trying to tell us about Diddy this whole time. So what really happened to Orlando Brown that made him like this? Was he really a victim of industry predators? Let's get into it.
So, you ever heard of Panda? Like I was telling you, Panda. So you got Panda Panda is a secret code for a certain thing. And so when it comes down to that certain thing, it's so what it is you basically have a certain nerve in your rectum, and if you touch that nerve, you can turn a person into an animal. You can turn a person into whatever you want them to be if you just hold them down.
Former Disney child star Orlando Brown is out here shedding light on the dark side of the music and movie industries, and he's spilling the tea on how Diddy is allegedly part of a much bigger club of DL predators in Hollywood. Now, before I go into what Orlando said about these predators and what Diddy allegedly did to him, I want to talk about this celebrity medium Sloan Bella, who recently went viral after claiming that a lot of these industry men as a young boys as a way of harvesting their energy. And look, I know this may sound a little bit out there, but we really can't put anything past Hollywood at this point. So Sloan Bella claimed that Diddy's ex Kim Porter witnessed some type of disturbing rituals involving children at Diddy's parties, and she was allegedly planning to expose this in her book.
They're dumbing it down to the fact that they think that P. Diddy is on some kind of spree for removing people who speak about this because he's gay. That is not the issue. I want you to hear me. That's one thing, and he may have his own shame about that, and it may be culturally not right for him, whatever. Get in line in society. That is not what this is. It's not a book about him being gay. He may have had gay. There are gay people, but what we're talking about here is ritualistic sexual deviancy used to harness energy of a human being. We are being harnessed, not me, not you, but the people that he's dealing with, and she became privy to this. She witnessed this. We are talking about the ritualizing, sexualized aggression directed at young children, mainly male, in order to harness their energy.
Sloan Bella also mentioned Justin Bieber as someone who might have been a victim of these rituals. And as you probably know, a lot of disturbing rumors have been circulating lately about Diddy and Justin Bieber.
Hey, young brother, everything's good? Selling out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot, but you never really got my number, so.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
Now, going back to Orlando Brown, he's really been through a lot in his life, like some serious personal issues that have had fans fearing for his well-being. But despite all that, Orlando recently started dropping truth bombs about all the messed up stuff he saw as a young actor, and while some people think he's not all there mentally and they're brushing off what he's saying, others think he might be playing it off and acting like he's not okay just to stay safe and not get taken out. But let me give you some context first. In the early 2000s, Orlando was one of the most popular faces on Disney, and from 2001 to 2007, he was juggling not one but 3 Disney gigs at once. The Proud Family, Phil Moore, and That's So Raven, born in 1987 in La Orlando, was just 8 years old when he stepped into the ACT game, hitting the screens in Major Pain alongside Damon W. And once he hopped on the Disney train in the early 2000s, He blew up so quickly, snagging hearts left and right, especially with his role as Eddie Thomas. In That Soul, Raven That Soul. Raven was Disney's crown jewel, smashing records and making history as the first Disney series to hit that 100-episode mark. But once the cast started growing up, Disney pulled the plug in November 2007, and after that Orlando switched gears, aiming for that music career. But as soon as he stepped away from Disney, it's like everything took a nosedive. That same year that So Raven went off the air, Orlando was arrested in Houston and caught a misdemeanor charge for carrying weed. He was released on bond shortly after that, but that was just the tip of the iceberg for his struggles. Orlando's music career never really took off, and he stayed caught up in legal messes. Around 2011, he was arrested again for DUI and whole hood, and by this point it was clear that Orlando was deep in it and dealing with some heavy substance problems. Less than 2 years later, Orlando was arrested for another DUI and sentenced to 180 days in jail. But it didn't stop there, and things just kept spiraling down. In July 2014, there was this audio leak where Orlando was heard threatening to harm an unnamed woman and her family.
Please welcome Annalisa Vanderpool and Orlando Brown.
Orlando later claimed that the lady was a stalker who was blowing up his phone non-stop, and though he got pinned for disturbing the peace, they couldn't charge him because there wasn't enough proof to take him to court. In the middle of all that mess, Orlando managed to snag a quick cameo in the 2015 blockbuster Straight Outta Compton and a side gig in the drama American Bad Boy with Cat Williams. He even showed up on The View in 2015 for a That's So Raven reunion, looking all good and positive.
There's a lot of things that will make you buckle, bro. They make you buckle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people done lost their families, bro. People done lost their kids and shit.
And for a hot minute, it seemed like Orlando was on that comeback trail, but man, his career just couldn't bounce back, and you could tell that he was carrying some deep trauma. It was clear that he was battling some heavy stuff beyond just substance problems, but sadly, it seemed like nobody could give him the help he really needed. His family tried to stage an intervention and convinced him to check into rehab, but Orlando left the program after just 1 week. Not long after that, a disturbing video popped up showing Orlando strolling the streets barefoot, holding a box of wine while some man was threatening to lay him out if he came near his house. Around this time, reports also emerged that Orlando was homeless and deep into his addiction, and it was also sad to watch, especially for those who only remember Orlando as Eddie on That So Raven. So how did Orlando end up like this? Well, here's where we get to a more disturbing part of this whole story. So over the past couple of years, Orlando has won several viral interviews, dropping bomb after bomb with some jaw-dropping claims about alleged Hollywood, with sacrifices and high-profile predators in the entertainment industry. When he appeared on the Cam Capone News podcast last year, Orlando said the truth about the industry is even worse than most people think, and then he talked